Guys, my name is Brittany and I am with Waiting for Paint to Dry. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube, obviously. What we are going to do today is prime your canvas for alcohol inks. So what I do is I have a standard canvas, and you can get these from Michael, Joann, it doesn't really matter. But what you're doing is you are putting a different primer on there, and what I use is Kills 2 latex primer. And the reason I use this is it has a little bit more tooth than you would with gesso or another kind of prep. And what it does is it allows the alcohol inks to absorb in rather than to repel the inks. So it makes it more absorbent. So the main thing you want to do, first thing you want to do, is you've got your primer and open it up, and I'm at the bottom of my container, so it's pretty thick. This is a used stick. You want to mix your primer. Every time you really want to get in there and really give it a go. If you don't do that, what happens is all the stuff that we need settles down to the bottom. When you get a brand new container, this is more important because it really separates. And even if you primed a few hours ago, you still want to do it, even if it's as short as an hour ago. So anyway, I'm at the bottom of my container. You can see it's pretty thick. You can add a little bit of water to make it run a little bit easier and go on the canvas. The brush I'm using is a standard brush. I like this one because when you look at your brush, you want it to be pretty straight when you push it. You kind of move it around, you'll see it's a little bit softer. I prefer a firmer brush. This one is 2.5 inches by Blue Hawk. Another one that's really great is Wooster. Depends on how invested you want to get into this. So I do a lot of priming, so I go through a lot of brushes. So this is my backup brush because I haven't gone back down and gotten another brush. So when you're priming your canvas, so here, my table is really dirty, so I always use a piece of cardboard so that it doesn't pull up the alcohol ink. So there, dip in, and you're pushing it into the canvas. You kind of just want to get it on, and then you will end up brushing it into all different directions. So right now I'm just trying to kind of get it on in a nice thin coat. You do not want a lot of primer on there. If you put too much primer on there, the inks kind of go a little weird, and they absorb weirdly, or they kind of just be stagnant. They won't actually do that really cool mesmerizing effect that we really love with alcohol inks. So see, you can see that there is, you might be able to see the sheen. It changes. So you want to make sure that you get it all on pretty quickly, because this is a fast drying primer. It takes about an hour to dry. So when I've gotten it on, I always go in one direction all the way across, and then I go across the other direction. The reason I'm doing this is I want to make sure that the primer is all the way on the canvas and it is in every single section, because sometimes your edges will end up being left alone and you end up having this kind of weird dull spot on your ink, your artwork, and it just kind of looks strange. But so that's all there is to it. Ta-da!